When I was a kid, I went to a magical place called Showbiz Pizza. It had arcade games, skee ball, whack-a-mole, and a bunch of animatronic characters called the Rockafire explosion. Those memories were reunited when a video of the Rockafire band popped up in my YouTube feed, and it instantly took me back to the memories I had as a kid. That's where the hunt began to find Billy Bob, my favorite character out of the band. With the help of my new friend Jack, I was able to procure some characters. I present to you Billy Bob from the Rockafire explosion. I'll be working on this restoration project as I learn about mechanical and pneumatic functions to bring Billy Bob to life. He is 38 years old, but when I'm done, he will function like new and feel like a young bear again. So I started building a base out of 2x12s. It's approximately 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep. I installed some outdoor green carpeting that you find at Home Depot. Basically, when the character arrived, he was really dirty, greasy. That's just to be expected for a 30-year-old robot. I started by removing the outer fiberglass body shells and began cleaning the character frame. I used acetone to remove grease from all the little crevices with a toothbrush. Acetone is basically just a solvent that can dissolve grease on contact. The drawback is it's kind of a caustic chemical, so you need to wear heavy gloves, otherwise it will damage your skin, and also make sure you're in a well-ventilated area when you're using acetone. It's basically like a high-power version of nail polish remover. So as you can see, I'm just kind of taking a walk around the character here. You can see all of the cylinders. These cylinders are actually called pancake cylinders. And I believe the reason why they're called pancake is you can actually stack them together, and you'll actually see a representation of this towards the back of the character where the cylinders are actually stacked together. There's a variety of different cylinders that are being used on this character. And also the hose lines are also a variety. Some of them are 1/8 inch outer diameter and 1/4 inch outer diameter. I also took some very high grit sandpaper, like around 240 grit, real fine, just to kind of give the frame just a little bit of a buffing, kind of get just to bring back the beauty of aluminum. I just think aluminum just looks really nice. And you can actually polish aluminum to almost like a chrome looking finish. It takes a lot to do that, but you can actually turn this character into a total chrome finish just by polishing the aluminum. Basically what you do is you just remove just a couple of the layers of oxidation, and yeah, you can turn it into like a mirror finish. So you can see all of the construction. The welds are amazing on this character. Creative Engineering is the company who actually made these characters in the 80s, and you can just see how thick these welds are. Just a really unbelievable amount of engineering went into making this frame. Everything is very modular. It's well understood as far as the components. And you can see all the airlines are still attached. There's some flow controls on there as well. All of the brass fittings are also oxidized and have tarnished over time. This cylinder here, well, we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at those tops. So that's the representation of taking two cylinders and put it together to make one. There's a little bit of rubbing on that cylinder. The bottom of the bolt actually was rubbing on that cylinder, so I'm going to have to take a look at that and try to fix that. Some of the hoses are actually broken. They've deteriorated over time, so I'm going to have to work on the hose lines as well. But yeah, I mean, all in all, the character looks pretty good. Here is the showing 1/4 inch OD hose lines, and then the 1/8 inch OD lines, which I do not have fittings for right now. I only have quarter OD. Got all my flow control valves, and this is the MAC valve. This is a real branded pneumatic MAC valve assembly. I basically put this all together, put all the fittings on it, and install the flow controls. I use my little labeler to label the hoses. I'm a neat freak when it comes to wiring and hose lines, so I've neatly put everything together. I've connected it to my Centronics controller, or my Centronics adapter there. That is going to be the interface that's going to connect to the Rockafire controller that that's the latent bit stripper that I will be purchasing from Creative Engineering. And you can see all the wires here. There's no polarity to a solenoid, so just make sure that once you take one end of the solenoid, and just make sure all of those cables are bundled the same and connected the same. Got a little air dryer on the end of it. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's still kind of messy to me right now, but I will be cleaning everything up as I go. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of air up the character here. So right off, I'm definitely noticing there's some air leaking. It looks like the air is actually leaking out of the guitar main cylinder. So it looks like this is going to be the first seal that I'm going to have to replace. I'm probably going to take the whole entire cylinder off. I'll shoot a video of that full process. I'm going to have to obviously order some parts for the cylinder, so I'm going to have to do some research to figure out what parts are needed to replace the seals inside of this cylinder. Well, that's about it, guys. I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to air him down, and I think that's going to be it for now. Alright, guys. Well, please come back and watch more of this restoration. Take care.